Next video, we are drawing this little moon / crescent roll shape. Excuse the bump. Last video, we tackled the circle. And the circle did exist in its own layer. So the first thing you have to do is make yourself a new layer and give it a name. And then get zoomed up in here so you can see your moon a little better. Now for our moon, we're going to still have basically the same points to draw it like our circle. Think of it like a circle that's just been kind of smushed in like it's been in a car accident. And the reason we have to create these points, and what you kind of get in the hang of later, is just kind of searching for places that you have to plot those anchor points to create a curve. Going from tip to tip of this moon and trying to bend that circle might not work. It might be too much of a curve for it, but by breaking that curve in half, not only does it allow us more control, but we don't have to try to get as crazy with our arms. So just a quick rundown with my paintbrush tool. We are going to start up here at the tippy top of our moon. And then we're going to break this big valley in half. Then we're going to go back out here to the tip at the bottom. And then we've got this huge curve back here. We're going to break it in half as well. And then we'll finish up where we left off up top. All right, so I'm on my moon layer. I've got my pen tool, making sure my pen tool is set to a shape and not a path. If you would like to choose a different stroke color, you're more than welcome to. I'll set mine to black, so maybe it'll be a little easier to see on this yellow. And I'm still leaving my fill turned off because, again, especially on this one, it can kind of get in the way. And then let's start drawing our moon. So I'm clicking at the top and I'm pulling, and as I pull, again, those arms come out. Without these arms, I will not have a curved line. It will be totally straight and it will end up being a big box. But I don't want to do a huge pull because, again, crazy shock arms makes our shape go bananas. No joke intended, since that looks like a giant banana. Letting go. First anchor point just kind of sets the pace. Now I'm eyeballing for dead center of this valley. And I'm clicking and pulling again. And as I pull, that's when that shape actually kind of appears. And if you want, you can try to match that, but again, you don't really have to. Whoop, sorry, these new mice go a little crazy. Come back my banana. Keep going. Whoa, oh Lord. Hey, teachable moment. When you have your thing go crazy, just hit delete. Not really. Let's just go ahead and delete these anchor points. Here we go. We're going to use our delete anchor point tool. And I can come in here and I can get rid of any of these little things that I don't want. There we go. We'll stay zoomed out for the rest of this. I'm going to hover back over where I left off since my mouse went crazy. See that little anchor? Excuse me, not a little anchor, that little link? That's saying, hey, I'm letting you jump back in on this shape because I had left my path. All right, let's try this again. Clicking and pulling in the direction I'm going. So I'm acting like I'm like ramping off of this. And I can actually get kind of semi-close to that half moon shape. It's still a little flat. We'll come back and fix it. So when we jump back here to do that point here in the back is when your little moon is going to go crazy. But don't worry, it will be okay. Clicking and pulling, I want you to notice that that path is like crisscrossing and touching. It will be okay. We're going to fix that later. I'm going to come back up here to the top, looking for that circle on that point that finishes my shape. Click once and I'm done. Now this looks nothing like a moon, but luckily we have our white arrow, aka our direct select tool, to fix that. So pick either one of these points, whether it's the top or the bottom, and you just need to unravel the shape because right now it's all twisted on itself. You can't really see it. I'm going to grab a little handlebar, I'm going to spin it, and oh look, it's opening up. And now I can actually see my line to come back and manipulate it. Same thing down here. This thing just got all twisted on itself. I just need to unravel it. And that might require, you know, spinning it a bunch, but that's okay. Just spin it, and hey, now it looks a lot more manageable. Now I can come in here and rock my white arrow like I have been to really hone this thing down. Now, see how it's messing with the other side of my shape? I don't want that to happen. But if I hold down my Option key, now I have control of one side, and it leaves the other side alone. So I haven't held down Option yet over here, so I'm going to again. Locking that other side, holding down Option, spinning those guys around. But hey, I've come back here to the middle. I've already held down Option there, so I don't have to ever again. Coming back here to this point, I already held down Option. I don't have to. Now this curve right here is pretty big. And I'm clicking and I'm pulling on this little arm here, but it's just not enough to reach down here. Well, that's because it takes two of these little arms to control this curve. So if I kind of dance back and forth between those two handlebars, between those two arms, then I can really get that line to jut out there. So same thing up here. Hold down Option because I haven't done that yet. Get that arm to start jutting out there. Jump back up here. And if your little arm doesn't want to pop out, just like keep double clicking and eventually it'll wake up. And smooth that bad boy out. There we go. Now I got a little crook kind of right here. And if I wanted to be really OCD, I could kind of come back in here and smooth that out. Once you have your shape, you can come back up here and choose a fill. And of course the stroke. And adjust the stroke weight, aka the thickness of it, to whatever you want. Make it a little more moon colored. There we go. And there's your moon shape. Now, if you made a moon layer, it should be totally separate from your circle and not stuck in it, which is sometimes what it wants to do. So again, always make a new layer anytime you're trying to use this pen tool to draw something. Okay, save, move on to the arrow.